And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. This is a directed network, and I'm net control. If at any time during this net should any emergency arise, please notify net control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the best sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. And today we're currently featuring over 3,000 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. And we also have a newer series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs. That's KC9VKV, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. Both KC9VKV Logbook and KC9VKV Highlights are segments of our main YouTube homepage of Jim's Radio Story, where we celebrate a 50-year career in commercial broadcasting. A 50-year journey from a 5-watt pirate radio station as a 12-year-old to production director of a major 50,000-watt AM broadcast facility. And the thing that makes this truly a unique story is that I have all the actual masters from all along the way. Over 2,600 shows, including many full-length major music concerts and radio documentaries. You'll have to check it out and subscribe. Jim's Radio Story on a YouTube search. Our mission statement for the Qso-Vlog network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics and current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 5 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia specifically. And in addition, we're running our newer number 5 Hocus Pocus Internet SDR receiver, loaded with 50 additional pre-programmed Internet SDR locations spread out over 20 states across the eastern half of the United States, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 5 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also in the selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed at 0 degrees, one aimed at 90 degrees, and the number 3 is aimed at 134 degrees. These are run as a directional scanner array with a manual voting system 6-position rotary selector. Also today on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR, specially oriented resonant tuned dipole antenna. One leg of this resonant tuned dipole antenna runs broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg runs broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today we'll be running our input source indicator, so when we switch from an internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. As we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog Net, let us also take just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA5 to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. During this time of pandemic that has challenged us all, we pray that you will protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you will reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this part of the band has many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our Qso-Vlog net to keep their bandpass no wider than 100 to 2900. And again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And now, with all that being said, let's open it up and see who's out there. If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout.
A radio you want to check out, give us a shout. Yeah, Echo 8, India Mike Echo.
India Mike Echo, come back with the call sign again, please, slowly.
Come back with the call sign again, please, slowly. It's Kilo Echo 8, India Mike Echo.
Roger, Roger, India Mike Echo, and what's the name there?
Roger, Roger, India Mike Echo, and what's the name there? I'm David, Sterling, Ohio, and we got the solstice tomorrow.
Might be a little hot into your AOC. I've got a good signal on you. I'm just trying to copy the mail. Roger, Roger. Come back with the name again.
Trying to copy the mail. Roger, Roger. Come back with the name again. It's David.
I copy that as David. Is that a Roger?
I copy that as David. Is that a Roger? Roger that.
Roger, David. And where are you located, sir?
Roger, David. And where are you located, sir? Sterling, Ohio.
Roger. And what radio are you running today?
Roger. And what radio are you running today? I'm running a Yaesu FT991A at the inverted V antenna at 35 feet. Over.
Roger, David. Well, I think we might be able to help you. Is that an older radio or newer radio?
David, well, I think we might be able to help you. Is that an older radio or newer radio? It's a newer radio. It's a FT991A. Where are you at?
Roger, we're down around Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville. And our setup usually starts off with asking the question, are you in that wide transmit bandwidth, 100 to 2900? Do you know about that?
100 to 2900. Do you know about that? No, I don't know about that.
Yes, sir. Well, it really affects your frequency response, particularly on the upper end. I would suggest maybe it would be in settings, and you could consult your book there. You may have more than one setting for that transmit bandwidth, but we want to be in that wide one called 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth TBW, wide 100 to 2900, and that'll let your transmitter operate to its maximum capability. Roger?
Your transmitter operate to its maximum capability. Roger? Yeah, I'm in the wide 2400 with.
Yes, sir. That's great. Now, continuing on, we suggest on that processor be set to about a 3. It's something you really never hear on the air at a 3, but it does wonders. 3 and a 6 are the same, except 6 has trash bring up between words, and so by running a 3, it doesn't suck up trash, and really sounds nice. So we suggest a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 on that compressor processor. Roger? 30 out of 100 on that compressor processor. Roger?
Roger that. I'm setting it now.
Roger, sir.
Roger, sir. Yeah, how's that?
Yes, sir. Now to your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you say the word audio, you say that word just as you would any other word in a QSO, stretch out the front. That's the main part of the word, the to set your ALC level. So as you say that word, adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running 2/3. Roger, roger.
Until your ALC is running 2/3. Roger, roger. Roger that.
Must be a lot of dumbass or ham radio operators that don't know how to set up an easy radio.
This is a control network, sir.
This is a control network, sir.
You're right there.
How we doing, David?
Controlled network on ham radio.
How we doing, David?
This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. We're talking to David down in Ohio, setting up his FT991A.
This FT991A. Okay, I got it set up.
Alrighty, so have you done that? The first part of that word is the one that you want to concentrate on. The you become a human test tone generator, and with mic gain in hand, just set that level on your ALC for a 2/3 level. Roger.
Level on your ALC for a 2/3 level. Roger. Roger that.
Does that look to be about 2/3 for you?
Does that look to be about 2/3 for you? Yeah, that's about 2/3.
Alrighty, and then to your tone control board or your equalizer board, do you know how to get to that?
Your equalizer board, do you know how to get to that? Yeah, I do.
Alright. And so you may have a separate set of P controls. Since we're in the processor compressor mode, you might have a set of P controls for your equalizer. Roger?
A set of P controls for your equalizer. Roger? Roger that.
Do you see those P controls?
Do you see those P controls? I'm looking. What's attenuation?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry?
ATT.
Yeah, attenuation. So what we're looking for is you probably have a maybe a 3-band equalizer. I'm not real sure. You could advise me if you can see equalizer 1, 2, and 3. Does that sound and look familiar?
Equalizer 1, 2, and 3. Does that sound and look familiar? Yeah, I have a high, low, and medium.
Yeah, so what we want to do is put that medium to flat, neither cut nor boost, flat or off. If you can turn it off, that'll be fine. If you just put it in the flat mode, the attenuate mode as flat, that would be good too.
Mode as flat, that would be good too. Roger that.
Okay, then we want to go to equalizer 3. Now, can you adjust the frequency of that equalizer 3?
Can you adjust the frequency of that equalizer 3? I'm looking. Yes, I can.
All right, we want to run 2.7 kilohertz, 2.7 kilohertz on that number 3 control, Roger.
2.7 kilohertz on that number 3 control, Roger. Roger that.
And then we want to go to plus 3 clicks above where you are now, 3 clicks boost from where you are now on that 2.7, Roger.
Where you are now on that 2.7, Roger. Roger that.
And do you have a width control on that 2.7?
And do you have a width control on that 2.7? Yeah, I do.
Okay, set your width to 4. Set your width of that 2.7 to 4. A 4 on that 2.7, Roger.
7 to 4. A 4 on that 2.7, Roger. Roger that.
Okay, now be sure that your equalizer is on. Roger, Roger.
Your equalizer is on. Roger, Roger. I'm looking. Roger that.
All right, David, let's assume that it is on, and go to equalizer 1, your base control. And since you have the ability to adjust frequency, we want that base equalizer control on 200 cycles on the base equalizer control number 1.
It's on the base equalizer control number 1. Okay.
Okay, and the width is also 4 on that base equalizer. 4 width on that base equalizer, Roger.
Equalizer 4 width on that base equalizer, Roger. Roger that.
All right, then where is that equalizer, that number 1 equalizer, sitting at the moment? What attenuation or boost is that control sitting now?
Attenuation or boost is that control sitting now? It's 2600.
Base frequency should be 200. You just said it. I'm talking about the attenuator. Is it +2, +4, or just where is it sitting at the moment on that 200 hertz?
Or just where is it sitting at the moment on that 200 hertz? Yeah, I found it. It's a parametric equalizer. It's at 200, and parametric level is 0, and parametric EQ width is 2.
Yes, sir, and you're at a width of 4 on that parametric number 1, Roger.
Yes, sir, and you're at a width of 4 on that parametric number 1, Roger. Roger that. I'm changing it now. There we go. It's 4.
Alrighty, and so then I want you to go minus 4 clicks cut on that 200 hertz number 1 base control.
Number 1 base control. Wait, what was that?
Okay, so let's just do an experiment. Let's take that 200 hertz control all the way to minus 20 or whatever it is.
Control all the way to minus 20 or whatever it is. There, it's off.
Okay, tell me, well, let's see, I don't want you to turn it off. I want you to leave it on, but minus 20 or whatever the frequency is there that you can attenuate it.
20 or whatever the frequency is there that you can attenuate it. Minus 20 right now.
Alrighty, and David, why don't you tell me about the your antenna system and what you got there in about 10 to 15 seconds.
Antenna system and what you got there in about 10 to 15 seconds. Yeah, I got an inverted D, 35 feet.
All right, go back up to that equalizer 3, your treble control, and where is that control sitting? What is the attenuate level now? Is it up around plus 6 or 7?
Well, now is it up around plus 6 or 7? There's 6.
Okay, and how many do you have the capability of? Can you go to a 10?
Do you have the capability of? Can you go to a 10? Yeah, I can go to 9 or 10.
Okay, go ahead and take it to 10, plus 10 at 2,700 hertz, 2,700 hertz, 2.7 kilohertz, and with the 4.
2.7 kilohertz, and with the 4. There we go.
Okay, so then tell me about the best thing you like about your radio.
Okay, so then tell me about the best thing you like about your radio. There's a million settings. I don't know what they are. There's 150 settings on the knob.
Yes, sir. Okay, I want you to pull back off that mic. Pull back in front of it there. Is that a hand mic or is that a desk mic?
Is that a hand mic or is that a desk mic? It's a desk mic. I'll pull off it. There. How's that?
Alrighty, and let me see. Talk to me for just a minute, and let me see what we got there.
Talk to me for just a minute, and let me see what we got there. Okay. How's it going? I'm about a foot away right now.
Okay, I don't want you to be that far off. I want you to be about 6 inches, Roger.
To be that far off. I want you to be about 6 inches, Roger. I'm about 6 inches right now.
Okay, do you have any more room on your top EQ, your equalizer 3, your treble? Can you boost it further?
Your equalizer 3, your treble, can you boost it further? Yes, I can.
Go ahead and do that.
Go ahead and do that. Okay, how's that?
All right, talk to me for just a minute. Let me hear you.
All right, talk to me for just a minute. Let me hear you. Okay, I'm at 2500 right now on EQ3, levels 5. 2500 and levels 5. Repeat.
Yes, sir. So are you about to max out your boost at 2700?
So are you about to max out your boost at 2700? No, I can go higher.
Okay, go ahead. I'm not talking about the frequency. I'm talking about the push. Roger, plus whatever.
Roger, plus whatever. I can take that to level 10.
All right, go ahead and do that. Plus 10 on your number 3 equalizer at 2700 as far as the frequency, and the width is 4.
As far as the frequency and the width is 4. Okay, I'm at plus 10 right now.
Okay, and are you sure you've got a frequency? You're in the P range. Do you have other controls other than the ones that you're working on? I'm just saying that usually some of those radios have to have a P set of controls if you're in the compression processor mode. Roger?
The compression processor mode. Roger? BWTH, what is that?
I'm not real sure. Do you have another set of processors?
I'm not real sure. Do you have another set of processors? Yeah, I got 1, 2, and 3.
Are there any labeled P controls?
Are there any labeled P controls? No, the parametric controls, all of them labeled parametric.
Yes, sir. This stands for processor. When you're in the processor mode, then it switches to that bank of equalizers, Roger.
Processor mode, then it switches to that bank of equalizers, Roger. Okay.
I'm just not hearing, as much shift in the tonality as I would expect, Roger.
Shift in the tonality as I would expect, Roger. Speed control.
I'm sorry, repeat.
I got it. P parametric.
Yes, sir. P parametric, Roger, Roger. So was that the controls we were on, or is that another set of controls?
The controls we were on, or is that another set of controls? That's another set.
All right, sir. Then, so you're on the P set of controls now. Let's concentrate on those, and let's do that mid-range. That equalizer 2 is flat or off. Flat or off on that equalizer 2 in the P controls.
Off. Flat or off on that equalizer 2 in the P controls. It's flat right now.
Yes, sir. Okay, so let's go to equalizer 3, your treble control. We want 2700. 2700 width of 4 plus 6. So equalizer 3, which is your treble control, we want 2700 as far as the frequency. The width is 4, and the push is 5 from where you are.
And the push is 5 from where you are. There it was. Does that sound different?
It might have been a little closer to that mic that time. Come back to about 6 inches away from your mic.
Closer to that mic that time. Come back to about 6 inches away from your mic. Okay, right there. Does that sound different?
Yeah, so that sounds good. Now go ahead and take that P control number 3 equalizer, max it out to plus 10. Max it out to plus 10, Roger.
To plus 10. Max it out to plus 10, Roger. Roger that. It's plus 10. It's plus 10 right now.
Okay, let's just review real quick. We're still on that number 3 tone control equalizer, the treble equalizer. It is at 2700 width of 4 plus 10. Is that a Roger?
700 width of 4 plus 10. Is that a Roger? Roger that.
Okay, so our mid-range then is flat or off. Mid-range number 2 equalizer is flat or off.
Off. Mid-range number 2 equalizer is flat or off. Yes, it's flat.
All right, so now let's go to equalizer 1. Your bass control should be running 200 hertz, 200 hertz, width of 4 minus 3. So that's your bass control. Equalizer 1 should be adjusted to 200 hertz minus 4 width of 4. Let's do that.
4 width of 4. Let's do that. Okay, how's that sound? It's minus 3 right now.
Okay, go to 4.
Okay, go to 4. Okay, it's at 4 right now. It's at 4.
Okay, and you're maxed out on your treble equalizer. You don't have any more push on your treble equalization. Your number 3, that's maxed out. Roger, or can you give more?
Equalization, your number 3, that's maxed out. Roger, can you give more? It's maxed out.
Okay, sir. So tell me something I don't know. Tell me, let me hear you for about 10 seconds or so.
Tell me something I don't know. Let me hear you for about 10 seconds or so. Okay. The solstice is tomorrow. I'm looking forward to the solstice longer. Okay. The days get longer.
Roger, David. I think that sounds pretty good, sir. I think we're right on the nose on that. If you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, I'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger. Okay, what is the address? I'll write it down.
Yes, sir. It's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. We'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
Series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo, logbook 1. Upload tomorrow?
By noon, and the call again is Victor Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook.
KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. I got it.
All right, David, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance to join us next Friday, we'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Alpha Victor.
Station Alpha Victor, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign.
Station Alpha Victor, come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign?
Kilo Yankee 4 Delta Alpha Victor.
Roger, Roger, Delta Alpha Victor. What's the name there?
Roger, Roger, Delta Alpha Victor. What's the name there?
Name's David here.
Well, we got two Davids in a row there. Where are you located, David?
Well, we got two Davids in a row there. Where are you located, David?
I'm in southeast Kentucky.
Roger, David, and what radio are you running today, sir?
Roger, David, and what radio are you running today, sir?
It's Yazoo FTX FTDX10.
Alrighty, that's a great radio. So if you're interested in our setup, the first thing is to make sure you're in that wide transmit bandwidth, TVW, wide 100 to 2900. Roger, Roger.
TVW, wide 100 to 2900. Roger, Roger.
I think that's where, man. I was trying to follow you right there. The last gentleman there that you were speaking with. Would it be under my? Yeah, I think I got it set to that. Let me check. I'm just trying to go through the menus on it right here and make sure I'm in the right spot. But I've got it set to 100 to 2900.
Yes, sir. Okay, that's great. That's what that does is it allows your transmitter to operate at its best performance values, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger.
Right before you're into somebody else's conversation. Roger. Roger, Roger.
Okay, so we're in that 100 to 2900 TBW transmit bandwidth. Let's move to the compressor processor. We want that on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, depending on how it's labeled. Your compressor processor on at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger.
You're on at got a 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger.
Okay, yeah, I've got it set on 30.
Yes, sir. Okay, now move to your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio and hold it out there, that's primarily interested in the first part of that word, you become a human test tone generator. And with your mic level set a 2/3 level for your ALC, 2/3 level on your ALC with your mic gain. Roger?
ALC, 2/3 level on your ALC with your mic gain. Roger?
All right. Audio.
Okay, say that word just like you would say any other word in the Qso. Don't stress it. Just say it, Roger.
Any other word in the Qso. Don't stress it. Just say it, Roger.
Audio. Yeah, it might be low there.
Why don't you tell me something you like about your radio, best thing you like about your radio, and let me hear your audio for a minute.
Radio, best thing you like about your radio, and let me hear your audio for a minute.
It's a new radio. I haven't had it just a couple of weeks. Actually, I had it out in my garage there for a few days, and I'm just actually moved it into the house, trying to get a permanent situation on the antenna and set up, and actually start building a shack. So yeah, there you go. Is that enough?
Yes, I think you got it. Your EQ control is just great. Your audio curve is very intelligible. Nice, bright signal. Good bottom end to some degree, but a nice full top end there, and that's the most important thing, because what you want is intelligibility. If you lose that because of Mother Nature doing a inversion, bending part of the signal back at another time, and therefore setting up a phase problem that will cancel it out, it always starts in the top frequencies, in the treble frequencies, and works its way down. So, if you have a bunch of bottom end and you lose your top end, you become Mr. Mumble. So, for that reason, I don't push a bunch of bottom end, but I do try to get quite a bit of top in there just for that reason. Roger?
To get quite a bit of top in there just for that reason. Roger?
Yeah, roger that. Yeah. You got some great audio coming in here. I listened to your. I just thought I'd just never talk to you with this radio and see if you could help me get it sounding any better. But maybe it ain't so bad. I don't know.
Oh, it sounds beautiful, and your ALC level is just fine, 3 dB, which means that your average percent of peak modulation is 80 to 85%, and it is exactly what we want, because, you have to have some life in your audio. If you turn up all the way there and it's just Katie up against the door, and there's no life in your modulation, I mean, it's just flat out, then that is difficult to understand. So what we want to do, and what we've done here, is we've contoured a 3 dB dynamic range, which is what should be. So that gives you some life in your audio, no distortion, and a nice top end. So it's really, really good. And if you'd like to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do that call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that should take you right to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
Series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
All right, GMA, I appreciate it, man, and keep up the good work out there. Always good to hear you. KY4 DAEV. I'll say 73s and Merry Christmas. This is David here in Barberville, KY4 DAV.
Roger, David, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, a beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Yeah, Jim, KC9VKV, Whiskey Bravo 9, Tango, Yankee, Juliet.
Roger, Tango, Yankee, Juliet. What's the name there?
Roger, Tango, Yankee, Juliet. What's the name there?
Yeah, the name here is Delta Oscar November. We're up here in northern Indiana, and I'm on a different radio.
Okay, Don, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, and let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger?
And let me look around and see if I can find a better path for us, Roger.
Roger, Don. I'm on my Kentucky SDR, and I don't have a very good copy. You're only about 2 dB above my noise level, but I'll do what I can. I understand that radio's a 30-year-old radio. Is that a Roger?
I understand that radio's a 30-year-old radio. Is that a Roger?
Roger. It's 30 years old, and I have an ALC adjustment, but I don't have the meter's not working correctly here. I need to have an ear on your end to see if I can get this ALC adjusted correctly. Over.
Okay, sir. What I would suggest would be to set your mic level at 40. Set your mic level at 40. I'm assuming you have 0 to 100. So set your mic level to 40. If it's 0 to 10, set your mic level to 4. And let me listen to you there, Roger. And what is your mic level at the present time before you go to a 4?
What's your mic level at the present time before you go to a 4?
The mic level is approximately 30 over, around 3 or 30 over.
Okay, so go to 40. Go to 40 and let me listen to you. Tell me about your antenna system.
Go to 40 and let me listen to you. Tell me about your antenna system.
Okay, now this is 40, roughly 40. Like I said, the antenna systems are 4 verticals in phase, and firing down your direction on this radio. I had switched radios from previous, so we are at 40 right now on the microphone audio output. Over.
Yes, sir. I don't hear anything undue problem, so 40 might be a better level than 30. I wish I had a better copy on you, but I think I have a good enough copy to say that you could run that at least at 40 instead of a 30, Roger.
Say that you could run that at least at 40 instead of a 30, Roger.
Roger, yeah, that would be good. We'll stay at 40. And now there is no processing with this. There is no processor on. I have the processor off. And whether that works or not, I don't know. I'm trying to determine whether that processor is actually even functioning. But according to my values right now, the processor is off. Over.
Yes, Roger. And I can see I've got a VU meter tied to my audio, and I can see your peaks, and they're just perfect at that 40. So I would just run it like that. I wouldn't bother with the compressor processor. You sound really good just like that, Roger.
The compressor processor. You sound really good just like that, Roger.
Roger. Okay, I'll leave it right where it is. So that way I'll mark it accordingly here. Like I say, this rig's 30 years old, and we picked it up at a fest and ham fest. So just fired the thing up here, and we decided to see how it's doing here. So okay, very good. Well, I'll leave it right where it is. Go with that. KC9VKV, W9QIJ.
Roger, and that was Don, Roger.
Roger, that was Don, Roger.
Yeah, Roger.
Roger, Don. And I would work it just like that, just the spacing you are to the microphone, just like you were a minute ago and have been. I would use that proximity to microphone. Just there's a good balance of tonality there. Roger.
Good balance of tonality there. Roger.
Roger. Yeah, excellent. Okay, very good. Well, that's good to know. And so we will maintain this level, and unless somebody else says something otherwise. But if I got a good audio on your ear there, I think we'll go with that. Over.
Yes, I'd love to have a better copy on you, but I've got good enough. You're about 3 dB over my Kentucky SDR noise level, so you know, you've got enough signal in there that I'm not reading total noise. And, you know, from what I can hear in my ear, you've got no distortion, and the curve of your audio is just fine. So I would leave it just like that. And if you'd like to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do that call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, it'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
Series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
Roger, Roger. Okay, very good. So thanks for your help there, Jim, and we will be listening as we go here. And so 73, and thanks a lot. KC9VKV, WB9QIJ.
Roger, Don, and what is your location, sir?
Roger, Don, and what is your location, sir?
Location Fort Wayne, Indiana, northeast corner, over.
Roger, Roger. Thank you, sir. 73, and have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Yes, sir. It's November 4, Juliet, Tango, Juliet.
Juliet, Tango, Juliet, Roger, Roger. What's the name?
Juliet, Tango, Juliet, Roger, Roger. What's the name?
JT, Juliet, Tango.
Roger, Roger, Juliet, Tango. Well, I've got some nice little distortion beads. Somebody's really banging it on adjacent frequency, but I've still got a good copy on you there, sir. But maybe I can get a better copy. JT, what's your location?
But maybe I can get a better copy. JT, what's your location?
I'm down here in a little place called Appomattox, Virginia.
Roger, and what radio are you running, sir?
Roger, and what radio are you running, sir?
I am running a brand new, about a 45-minute-old ICOM 7300 that I just took out the box.
Oh yeah, well, you continuing on with the great tradition of that radio. I think you I think that's a beautiful radio you got there, Roger.
I think that's a beautiful radio you got there, Roger.
Yes, sir. How's this radio sound? The audio and all sound pretty good on it.
Okay, I've got somewhat of a copy on my local antenna. I've got other SDRs that sound better, but I have my local antenna is on a 7300, and it's down to 100 cycles, so I can really hear your audio. So why don't you tell me about your antenna system in about 15 seconds, and let me listen to you closely, Roger.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've got this UICOM 7300, and I'm running a 9-antenna 40 and 10. That's my antenna system right there. Now, I'm currently running barefooted because my amplifier is kind of sick right now, so I'm just using this brand new radio. So I'm just
Okay, so then I'm listening on my 7300. I can hear your bottom end really well, and it sounds like it might be just a little hot. So I would make it -3 on the bass, -3 on the bass control, -3 clicks from where you are on the bass control. Roger?
Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to get back over there. I was over there a while ago. Can you give me a little hint there how you get back over to the treble and the bass?
Yes, sir. Hang on just a second. Let me bring my stuff up here. Okay. Has to do with, let me bring it up here. Radio, okay. I'm bringing my notes up. I've got one, but I've got some notes that might help you. Okay, icons. Multi-button. Okay. Okay, here we go. The rectangular button at the lower left side of the display takes you to Set. The rectangular button at the lower left side of the display takes you to Set, which takes you to Tone Control, which takes you to Transmit, which takes you to Single Sideband, and Transmit EQ controls, and we want to roll that bass out about -3. -3, Roger?
Okay, I got it set at -3.
Yes, sir. And there's another thing, too. Are you familiar with your TBW?
No, TBW is set on, one of them set on wide, the other one set on medium.
Yes, sir. When you get a chance, just put them all on wide, 100 to 2900, Roger. That's the best, lets your transmitter run at its best possibility. Its resolution at 100 to 2900, and then it gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger.
Okay, I got them set, both of them set at 100 and 2900.
Yes, sir. Now, let's go to your mic control. I want to, let's see here. On your compressor, do you know where your compressor is?
I got the compression set on 1 in the mic, and the mic gain set on 58.
Okay, I think you might be hot on your mic gain. Let's just set that right now. Best way to set that is on your ALC meter. Go to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, just say it as you would say any other word in a QSO. Don't stress it, just say it. And adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 2/3. 2/3 on your ALC meter as you say the word audio and adjust with your mic gain control.
Okay, he's flashing a little bit on the red side.
Yeah, so that's too hot. You want to bring that mic down to probably about a 40.
Yeah, okay, let me turn it down a little bit more. Okay, I got it set on 40 right there. Here's that sound right there.
Sounds pretty good. Now that's the supplied hand mic you're running, Roger.
Now I'm running a Pro headset.
Oh, okay. So what you want to do is take that boom on the headset, run it out in front of you just as far as you can go, and then make your 90-degree turn. Run that boom out just as far in front of you as you can, and at the last minute, take your 90-degree turn. Roger?
Hey, okay. Here's it right there. That sound pretty good to you?
Yes, sir. That's coming along. Now, let's go back to our equalizer on the treble side, and we want to run +4 treble EQ on your tone control. Roger.
Okay, you want to run +4 on the treble, right?
Roger, +4 on the treble.
Okay, I got +4 on the treble.
Okay, so now I'm going to move around to my my Kentucky SDR. And why don't you tell me the best thing you like about that radio?
SDR. And why don't you tell me the best thing you like about that radio?
Well, I tell you, I've been running this Icon 746 Pro for years, and I just decided I would get me a new radio, so I got me this brand new 7300. Santa Claus brought it to me for Christmas here, but it's just an early play toy for me.
Roger, Roger. Now, the only thing I can advise you would be that, you know, your ALC meter does not run the full length of the other meter adjustments. It only runs about halfway. So what you want to be is about halfway on that ALC meter. And what I'm trying to say is the ALC meter does not run the full length of the other meters. It only runs about halfway. So you want to be halfway of the ALC meter, Roger?
So you want to be halfway of the ALC meter, Roger?
Okay, half of the ALC meter.
Yes, sir. Well, a little bit to the right of half of the ALC meter.
Well, a little bit to the right of half of the ALC meter.
Okay, let me see. Yeah. Okay, that's about 31% right there, and the ALC is still you're kind of flashing red a little bit.
Well, yeah, it will flash, but not into the red. You don't want to drive it into the red, Roger?
It will flash, but not into the red. You don't want to drive it into the red, Roger?
Okay, let me see here. Okay, I got it down to 26%. It's almost at the end, but it's not flashing no red.
Yes, sir. I think you can go with that pretty safe. And so you just got that about 45 minutes ago, huh?
And so you just got that about 45 minutes ago, huh?
Yeah, FedEx brought it to me there. Looked on in here, hooked it up real fast there. Done some settings on it right there. Done a few little settings on it right there. And figured I'd get it.
Roger that, Roger that. Well, I think it sounds really good, you know. And if you want to check it out, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Hey, okay. What would you call KC9?
Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, Roger.
KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, Roger.
Hey, okay. Yeah, I get it, man. Yeah, I'll zip over there tomorrow and see if I can find it, man.
Yeah, you might come back one click back up from on that base equalizer. Come back one click, not quite as steep a rollout. +1 from where you are right now. +1 on the base equalizer from where you are right now.
+1 on the base equalizer from where you are right now.
Okay, that's setting on -2 right there.
Yeah, and then tell me about your antenna system again. Let me hear you just a little bit more.
Yeah, and then tell me about your antenna system again. Let me hear you just a little bit more.
Yes, sir. Yeah, my antenna system right here is the myantenna.com antenna, the ANTED antenna. And they look to me like a real good antenna right there. I'm very satisfied with it. That one set up east to west, and I can switch back and forth on them, man. You wouldn't believe the difference. I can switch back and forth on them, man. You wouldn't believe the difference in some of the signals you get.
Roger, now what are you switching back and forth?
Roger, now what are you switching back and forth?
in-field antennas. I got two of them up, and I got them on a switch right here where I can flip from antenna to antenna. And I got one running north to south and the other one east to west.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly. That's leaving your options open. And I've always figured that that would be a tremendous difference between, where you're headed. Because, if you look at an antenna, the way the RF moves off the line, it moves broadside to the line, and it also receives broadside to the line. So when you have one going east and west and one going north and south, and you've got an AB switch, you have the best options of you can have. Roger?
You have the best options of you can have. Roger?
Hey, Roger. Are you on here about every day here on this frequency?
No, sir. We're only on Friday afternoons from 3:30 till 5. Roger?
We're only on the Friday afternoons from 3:30 till 5. Roger?
Hey, okay. Yeah, because my wife there, she just come in the house there. I need to get on off of this thing and finish cooking supper, because, if your wife ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. That's a Roger there. Well, let's see. JT, let me say 73 to you, sir. And again, if you want to hear it, go to YouTube and do that call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. And I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
Logbook. And I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
Hey, okay. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Tim, helping me set this thing up. I definitely appreciate it there. Hey, and I'm going to holler at you next Friday there. Chit-chat with you there, kind of keep you company. We'll talk to you later. You're for JTJ, big player.
Roger, JT, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
November 8, Juliet Lima Papa.
I got November 8, Juliet Lima. What was the rest?
I got November 8, Juliet Lima. What was the rest?
Lima Papa. JLP. Juliet Lima Papa.
Roger, Juliet Lima Papa. What's the name there?
Roger, Juliet Lima Papa. What's the name there?
The name here is Gerald with a J. Juliet Echo Romeo Alpha Lima Delta.
Roger, Gerald, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Gerald, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
We are in Ohio, about 50 miles east of Columbus, Ohio.
Roger, and what radio are you running?
Roger, and what radio are you running?
We are running the newest and supposed to be the greatest, I guess. Supposed to be the big competitor against the Icon 7300, the Yaesu FT710.
Roger, 710. Let's see, you have a separate P control for your equalizer, is that a Roger? If you're running compression, then you have a separate P control, is that a Roger in your equalizer?
Running compression, then you have a separate P control, is that a Roger in your equalizer?
Oh yeah, I can turn it off or turn it on. And then I have a 3-band equalizer, parametric equalizer.
Oh, Roger. So I think I might be able to help you there. The first thing would be to double check to be sure you're in that wide TBW, wide transmit bandwidth 100 to 2900. That lets your transmitter run as best it can, and then gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. So it's called wide TBW, wide transmit bandwidth 100 to 2900. Roger.
Wide transfer bandwidth 100 to 2900, Roger.
Yeah, I just looked. I'm there. That's that's the factory default. Yeah, it's already set there. That's where I leave it. It seems to work pretty good right there, I guess.
Yes, so it's supposed to be a factory default location, but sometimes I have seen radios come out of the factory in not that wide mode. So it always is a good idea to check just to be sure it is. Roger?
It's a good idea to check just to be sure it is. Roger?
Yeah, I checked it because sometimes I do little DX and I can go in there and turn it down, but I never go no lower than about 27, but 28, 29 is good. 29 is factory default, like I said, but sometimes I set it down a little lower.
Yes, 29 gives you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation. All right, so past the TBW comes the compressor processor, and we suggest a 3. It's something that will never be heard, but it does help on our final numbers at the end. So it would be a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. You never hear it on the air, but it, like I said, does help for our total numbers at the end. Roger?
It does help for our total numbers at the end. Roger?
Roger. Yeah, that's about 30 on this one, because you go 30 to 1, or you go 30 through 100 or 1 through 10. But this one's set up, I got it set right at about 30. Mic gain set about 30, 35, I think, somewhere around there. I'll have to look.
Roger. Well, let's go to the ALC, and we can set that mic level just perfect. As you move to the ALC with mic gain in hand, as you say the word audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word in a QSO, you become a human test tone generator, audio, and you adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is running 7 or 2/3, whichever comes first.
Is running 7 or 2/3, whichever comes first.
Okay. Audio. Looks like it needs to go up a little bit. Audio. Barely moving.
Where is your mic gain setting?
Where is your mic gain setting?
Now it's up there. Audio. Yeah, now she's up there about halfway, 3/4. That's 40 on the mic.
Great. Sounds good. And I would work that microphone the same way as far as proximity to microphone. I would work it just like you are and try to be very consistent about that distance to microphone, because that affects your equalization and it affects your obviously your audio levels. It's called a proximity effect, and it says the closer you get to the microphone, the more bottom end you have. So just where you are right there is a nice curve on the radio. Roger?
There is a nice curve on the radio. Roger?
Roger. Yeah, it looks good now. Like I said, ALC. It's coming up a lot better than what it was set down there at 35. I can't believe just moving up 5 made that much difference, and me staying the same distance from the microphone. Yeah, looks good now.
Yes, sir. And anytime you change mics or whatever, you should always go back and recheck your ALC level. Just like we did there, because not all mics are the same, and some are hotter than others. And what you want to do, that's a good way to set your mic level, Roger.
And what you want to do, that's a good way to set your mic level, Roger.
Roger. Yeah, it looks good now. Yeah, I didn't realize it was down that low, but the ALC wasn't going off that far, but yeah, it looks good now. I like that.
Yes, so sometimes it's a good idea, and we suggested to leave your ALC meter out And be watching your ALC meter as you talk to your friends and neighbors across the country. You've got to have something to do, so you might as well look at that ALC meter. And, after a period of time, you will develop a relationship between yourself and that meter that you can keep it in the sweet spot of 2/3 just by your voice, Roger.
Keep it in the sweet spot of 2/3 just by your voice, Roger.
Yep, I've always been acclimated to watch the ALC. I never watched the power meter, never have really. I've always been, like I said, acclimated to watch the ALC and see where it's going, see where it's at, and not getting into the microphone too deep, and let the voice and everything across the air. The voice and everything across the air.
Roger. Yeah, that ALC meter is your Bible for the radio. These folks don't realize that a lot, but it is the Bible for that radio. Will tell you exactly what's going on with your radio better than your neighbor down the road could advise you, Roger.
Better than your neighbor down the road could advise you, Roger.
Roger.
Well, Gerald, let me say 73 to you, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you want to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Gerald, we might have doubled there just a little bit.
Gerald, we might have doubled there just a little bit.
Oh, we probably did. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, I was just saying, if you want to hear this recording, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Okay, appreciate it, Jim. Like I said, I'm glad you picked me up, and I turned that mic gain up a little bit, brought it up where it should be. Appreciate your time, appreciate all you do, and have a Merry Christmas, and hopefully maybe next Friday we can talk again from the NHJLP.
Roger, Gerald, Merry Christmas to you, sir. 73, and you have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. Catch you later. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net, and gosh, it's time for us to get out of here. Just to mention, if you participated in our broadcast this afternoon and would like to hear your radio, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, that'll bring this recording up. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. So with all that being said, it's time to return this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, clear.
Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, clear.
This has been another presentation of the Dr. VKV radio show on the 40-meter amateur band.